Well, obviously, it's a complementary relationship between the two. I think fashion is something, or at least apparel, is something that people need, with or without advertising, with or without communication. And I think the fashion part of apparel is fulfills a lot of people's needs for self-expression. So clothing and fashion serves a lot of purposes, just a few of which are practical. Others are creative, personal fulfillment, status, etc., etc. So I think my answer is fashion without media would survive. Well, I definitely saw the rise of it because there was now a new force of people out there in the ecosystem talking about our business and maybe resulting in purchase decisions. And I say maybe because it has still been hard to really measure the impact of bloggers and influencers on sales. Now sometimes there are more direct links, so you can get a little bit more analytical. But look, my philosophy is the more people taking part of the conversation, generating buzz, expressing points of view, wearing your product their way, the better. I think with influencers, we've all watched as, I think when influencers first arrived, what was great about them was their authenticity. So when you were dealing with Anna Wintour at Vogue or things like that, it was very institutional, it was very corporate, it was very traditional. Then along came these people who, they had never been fashion editors, they hadn't been stylists, but some of them really had a unique point of view, and most of them really loved the category and loved the industry. So there was that authenticity, and that you felt with some of these people there were real original voices. Over time, I think as they've gotten sponsorships, as they've gotten paid deals, some of them, some of those people now, you call to do a deal with them and their quote is $250,000 to do a post wearing your garment. I think the audience has now had to reappraise a little bit because they know money's involved. They know sponsorship is involved. In some cases, a lot of money, and even disclosures. Not everybody is being fully transparent about if they're working for somebody when they're saying or doing something. So I think, I've loved their addition to the fashion sphere. I think in the long run, how their impact plays out really depends on how they decide to conduct their business. And if they continue to try to strive to bring integrity and authenticity to what they're doing, or if they end up just being another paid spokesmodel. I think there has to be, just because people are smarter now, and they tend to bring a little more skepticism to any time they're being presented with products or a company is trying to sell them something. They just bring a little bit more of a critical eye, which I fully embrace. And I think the great opportunity is to, if you're an influencer, if you're a blogger, if you're a designer, if you're a marketer, be clear in your head about what you stand for and your values and your ethics and how you want the world to perceive you, and stick to it. And that's what I would say. And I think those people will continue to survive because if they really do have a point of view, and if they can put it across in a fun, entertaining way, and they've got a great eye for fashion, they can be a meaningful addition to the conversation. What they don't want to be is compromised.